How exciting is it to be just a couple of days away now from your first game at Auburn?
It means a lot to me. I'm a native kid. I'm from Alabama, and just to play for the state of Alabama, and let alone Auburn, it means a lot to me.
Jason, Nathan King, Auburn 247. What's it been like having Jimmy Brumbaugh sort of, obviously you were with him at Oregon, and now you guys are able to transition to Auburn together. What has that process been like for both of y'all, and how have you kind of seen him grow as well coming over to Auburn?
Well, as you know, I did have him last year, so it made the transition and process a whole lot easier because I could, like, as far as drills, when he wanted me to demonstrate, I could demonstrate them because I did them last year when it came to the footwork, hands, all that stuff that you need as a defensive lineman. He had me demonstrate that and showed the guys last year. So, and as far as him, now the room, I would say, is pretty much his. So we work on like a variety of things when it comes to hands, hips, hands, feet, and everything. So, yeah.
What's it been like, just you and having two of your former teammates both transfer over here, kind of going through that transition together with DJ and Robbie?
Mm-hmm. The funny thing is, like, I had no clue that DJ or Robbie was coming. I just, I committed, I believe it was December 24th. But having them over here, it means a lot. I used to room with DJ James, and I love him. I love him to death. He's a great player, amazing player.
Jason, Mark from inside the Auburn Tigers. Excited about your first college start, and also, what's the big difference playing at Auburn and playing at Oregon?
At the end of the day, it's still Division I football for me. I mean, you're going to go against teams who have different schemes, different formations, different everything. So it's all the same thing. But getting my first start, means a lot to me. I put in a lot of work. Me and my teammates put in a lot of work this off season. We busted our butts all the way from January to the decks in June and July and all through fall camp.
Jason, Matt Turner from the Montgomery Tiger. What has it been like to sort of work with Colby and Marcus on that D-line in particular? What have you sort of been able to learn from those two as guys who are sort of back as starters on that group?
And a lot of people don't know this, but I look up to Colby and Marcus, a lot because even me transitioning over from the Pac-12 to the SEC, they showed me a lot of different things. And when it comes to playing in this league, and I watch film on them, especially Colby and Marcus, and they did some great things last year, and I just can't wait to get on the field with them on Saturday.
Is there anything SEC specific that you think you've learned from them just about playing the position?
Hey, it's a different league. That's what I learned. It's a whole different league.
Jason, ViceWorldRadio.com. What are you most looking forward to, besides actually playing the game, what are you most looking forward to about Saturday?
I tell people this all the time, and being 2,000 miles away from home is kind of hard, especially for my parents. So I'm happy that my parents are able to travel to games this season, a lot of games this season, or whether that's in Mississippi or Georgia. I think our farthest game away is Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken. So it means a lot to me to have my family there.
Jason, Jeff Shear from AuburnTigers.com. What will fans see individually from you? What elements of the football do you not keep pride yourself on?
I mean, as you can see, I'm a big person, so I take up a lot of people, as what people say. I take up a lot of blocks, but I don't really think much about it. I just do my job as it is, and just keep pushing each and every day.
Jason, what led you to Oregon in the first place?
Can you repeat that, please?
How did you end up going to Oregon?
It was. I don't think I want to answer that. I'm sorry. Could you reword that in a way, please, somehow?
You want me to repeat it? Did you say?
No, I don't know the best way to answer that because it's a long story. So you know what I mean? Yeah.
Jason, when you look at Tate Johnson, what have you noticed about him from the spring to now as he gets ready for his first start as well?
It's funny. I talked to Morris Joseph about this yesterday, and for some reason he's getting a whole lot heavier. to move and stuff. And I think the experience, you know, like he's just in a short amount of time, Tate's grown so much, and people don't realize that. And I really feel like he's ready to show a lot of people throughout this season, even on Saturday.
So he's a guy that plays bigger than his listed size?
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's gotten a whole lot heavier. He's gotten a whole lot technical, too. Like, he's starting to pick up on stuff from the spring till now. And, again, he's an amazing player. I love him to death.
Jayson, what did you see going up against TJ throughout the camp so far? What have you been able to see in his game, and like where is he growing from what you can see from having be against?
Well, watching film from last year and watching him this year, he seems a whole lot more comfortable in the pocket, you know, and he's very verbal before the snap, which you want from a quarterback. You know what I mean? And I trust him, and I don't know why anybody else wouldn't trust him. So.
Jayson, when we talk about the defensive line as a group, how good can you guys be, and what are your expectations?
How good we can be. I mean, I feel like we can be the best in the league personally. I mean, as far as a whole unit standpoint, though, you know, if the D-line does their job, if the DBs do their job, if everyone does their job, we can be the best in the league, no doubt, in my head. You know what I mean? It takes everybody, and not just one person wanting to be a hero, then messing up, getting out of a gap, wanting to play something that they're not communicating, and that's where you see a lot of defenses mess up. So I personally do feel that we can be the best in the league.
How's the depth and up front on the interior?
I mean, as you know, we got me, Marcus Colby, have Jeffrey, Marquise Burks, Marquise Robinson, Morris Joseph from Memphis. Again, I trust everybody, you know, and I feel like we've gotten everyone ready and prepared to play. And just the growth from the beginning of fall camp to now is, you know, significant. So.
Actually, so when you were coming here and you decided to get here, that's right when a lot of the stuff happened back in February. Did that kind of make you vacillate, or did that firm your decision to stay?
What do you mean by that?
You coming to Auburn, transfer, all the stuff with Harshman, that whole mess that.
Well, I remember talking to Harsin when I committed, and I told him that I trusted him because I've seen what he did up in Boise State, and just speaking on the past, I saw what he did up in Boise State, and there's no doubt in my mind that he can do it here. You know what I mean? And again, I trust the man. He loves me, I love him, and that's just the relationship part. But again, like I don't really look back at that stuff, and I'm here to look forward and see what this team can do today, tomorrow, the next day. So I don't really look back at what happened in the past.
Thanks, Jayson.